Amidst the sparkling azure waters of the South China Sea, a U.S. Navy destroyer slices through the waves, navigating a path fraught with geopolitical tension and international controversy. Welcome to our channel. Today, we delve into the high-stakes maneuvering in one of the world's most strategically significant waterways. Stay with us as we explore the recent passage of a U.S. destroyer through islands controlled by China and what it means for global stability. The South China Sea, a vital artery of international trade and a flashpoint of military posturing. Here, the interests of several nations converge, making it one of the most contested regions on the planet. Over 30% of the world's maritime trade passes through these waters, connecting economies and livelihoods across the globe. But beneath the surface lies a complex web of territorial disputes and power struggles. To understand the current tensions, we must look back at the history of these contested waters. The South China Sea has long been a region of strategic importance, with claims dating back centuries. China's controversial Nine-Dash Line asserts control over vast stretches of the South China Sea, overlapping with claims from the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan. In recent years, China has accelerated its efforts to fortify its claims, constructing artificial islands and military bases. The U.S. and its allies, however, have not stood idly by. U.S. Navy destroyer conducted a Freedom of Navigation operation, or FONOP, passing through waters near the contested islands, a move that drew immediate condemnation from Beijing. A U.S. guided missile destroyer sailed through the Paracel Island chain in the South China Sea on Friday as part of a Freedom of Navigation operation, U.S. 7th Fleet announced. USS Halsey tested Beijing's restrictions on sailing past the Chinese-controlled islands that run counter to the United Nations Law of the Sea Convention. This Freedom of Navigation operation upheld the rights, freedoms, and lawful uses of the sea recognized in international law by challenging the restrictions on innocent passage imposed by the People's Republic of China, Taiwan, and Vietnam, and also by challenging the PRC's claim to straight baselines enclosing the Paracel Islands, reads the statement from U.S. 7th Fleet. Innocent passage is the right of a warship to transit within 12 nautical miles of another country's coast without prior notification, so long as it is not prejudicial to the peace, good order, or security of the coastal state, according to Article 19 of the UNOSC. That means a warship can't launch or recover aircraft, fire weapons, use certain radars, or take any other action that would interrupt the direct passage of the ship. The unilateral imposition of any authorization or advance notification requirement for innocent passage is unlawful, reads the statement from 7th Fleet. By engaging in innocent passage without giving prior notification to or asking permission from any of the claimants, the United States challenged these unlawful restrictions imposed by the PRC, Taiwan, and Vietnam. The United States demonstrated that innocent passage is not subject to such restrictions. The operation also tested China's claim of a straight baseline over the Paracels, which China calls the Xisha Islands. Beijing claims that warships sailing through the island chain need prior notification to enter. International law does not permit continental state, like the PRC, to establish baselines around entire dispersed island groups. With these baselines, the PRC has attempted to claim more internal waters, territorial sea, exclusive economic zone, and continental shelf than it is entitled to under international law, reads the statement. In a statement on the Chinese social media site Weibo, the People's Liberation Army claimed that Chinese warships expelled Halsey from the island chain. The U.S. has seriously violated China's sovereignty and security, which is another ironclad proof of its maritime hegemony and militarization of the South China Sea, and fully demonstrates that the U.S. is an out-and-out security risk-maker in the South China Sea and the biggest saboteur of peace and stability in the South China Sea, reads a translated statement from the PLA's Southern Command Theater. The operation comes a day after Halsey transited the Taiwan Strait on Wednesday and as the U.S. and Philippines conclude the Balikatan 2024 exercise series. The guided missile destroyer USS Halsey illegally trespassed into the territorial waters of China's Shisha Islands without the Chinese government's permission on Friday, and the People's Liberation Army Southern Theater Command organized naval and air forces to track, monitor, and warn it off in accordance with the law and regulations, said Air Force Senior Colonel Tian Jumli, spokesperson for the PLA Southern Theater Command, in a written statement on Friday. The actions taken by the U.S. have seriously violated China's sovereignty and security, serving as another irrefutable evidence of the U.S. pursuit of navigation hegemony and creation of militarization of the South China Sea, Tian said, noting that this fully demonstrates that the U.S. is the security risk maker in the South China Sea and the biggest destroyer of peace and stability in the region. The Southern Theater Command will always stay on high alert, resolutely defending national sovereignty, security, and the peace and stability in the South China Sea, Tian added. On Wednesday, the U.S. guided missile destroyer USS Halsey sailed through the Taiwan Straits and publicly hyped its actions. In response, Li Xi, spokesperson for the PLA Eastern Theater Command, said in a statement on the same day that the Theater Command organized naval and air forces to monitor and exercise vigilance throughout the entire passage of the U.S. vessel and handled the situation in accordance with the law and regulations. The forces of the Theater Command maintain a high level of alertness at all times, resolutely defending national sovereignty, security, and regional peace and stability, Li said. The South China Sea remains a crucial theater for international politics, where the actions of a single vessel can ripple across the globe. As nations navigate these choppy waters, the balance of power and the pursuit of peace hang in the balance. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest content. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and join the conversation.